Okay, so we're going to look at the bow set in a cloud today. This one's a little bit shorter, but we'll go back and look at some verses and stuff too. So, nor is this the only narrative in Genesis which finds a parallel in constellations. Among the southern groups, we find a ship Argo that has grounded on a rock, and close to it stands on a figure, Cinyras, who is apparently slaying an animal. Lupus beside an altar. The cloud of smoke arising from the altar is represented by the Milky Way, and in the midst of the cloud there is set the bow of the archer Sagittarius. Here there seems to be pictured the covenant made with Noah after he offered his sacrifice when he left the ark. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Genesis 9:13. You want to get the verse?
Yep, sorry. Don't mind me.
I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Thus the constellations, designed several centuries before the time of Abraham, clearly express a knowledge and appear designed to preserve a remembrance of the two first promises made by God to mankind, as recorded in the early chapters of Genesis. There is no need to assume, as some writers have done, that all the 48 primitive constellations were of divine origin, or even that any of them were. If some of the early astronomers possessed in one form or another the histories that we have in Genesis 3:8, and they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. 9. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? It would not be unnatural for them to attempt to preserve a memorial of them in the heavens by associating these figures with the stars. It does not follow that all the old constellations have analogous significance. Did I say that right? Or that if they have, we should now be able to detect it. A great deal of ingenuity has been wasted in the attempt to convert the old 48 constellations into a sort of gospel, and the hieroglyphic interpretations of this order were current quite early in Christian times, where they are denounced at considerable length and in detail by Hippolytus in his refutation of all the heresies circa 210 AD. The revival in recent years is chiefly due to Mazarov, a series of papers by the late Miss Frances Rolliston, in which fanciful etymologies were given to the Arabic names by which the principal stars are known. These names, for the most part, simply indicate the places which the stars were severally.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Not sure what word. I was gonna say, were they trying to say severely, but I don't think they were.
I think that supposed to hold in the figures to which they were assigned, and this Rolliston derivation for them are quite misleading and unfounded. I think these are misspellings in here, because I don't feel like that's. Yeah, I don't know. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Derivations. I feel like it's a different word on let's be there. Yeah, anyways, for them are quite misleading and unfounded. Nevertheless, her results have been blindly accepted by a number of writers. The bow in the cloud, like how it's like a sign of the covenant, it's the first mention of it. I believe, can you just search cloud by itself for a second so we can see that part? I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. So that's interesting right there. Like, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. This right here, it does, I do think it has to do with astronomy, but I think it also has to do with, like, his laws and his relationship, and how you see it's about following him, and the Israelites follow the cloud.
Because we were reading the other one about the veil. So. He puts a veil over us so that we can't see his glory. Like he put that veil over us.
So and veiling over the heaven. Compare cloud from the root to cover or veil, to veil over, and a cloud from the root to cover. A very large army is compared to a cloud. A morning cloud is used as an image of something transient. So yeah.